Hi and welcome to our channel. This time we drive our Land Rover Defender through beautiful landscapes, find gorgeous penguins, visit the southernmost tip of the African continent, encounter very cheeky baboons, find amazing campsites and get caught in a rainstorm as we make our way along Africa's southern coastline. Husky, the Land Rover Defender, arrived in Cape Town about 4 weeks later than originally planned due to congestion at port. After 3 months at sea, Husky arrived in perfect condition, and we were pretty glad that we placed some moisture absorbers inside the vehicle. The Defender arrived the day before Easter, so we decided to stay put and camp at African Overlanders for a few days to get ourselves sorted out. African Overlanders have a lot of travellers coming and going, and there's a really nice atmosphere.
Yeah, you'll be right.
So a few visits to the local pub and dinner with fellow travellers, and we decided that we needed to explore a bit further. So we went for a road trip north to check out S.1 and Langebaan. After a quick stop for lunch in S.1, we decided to turn off the highway and head to Langebaan via the National Park and the Langebaan Lagoon.
So where are we, Anya?
West Coast National Park.
There you go. So we just got through using our
Wildcard.
Wildcard is a yearly pass that, once paid, allows you entry into every national park and most nature reserves in South Africa.
Hey, so we're at the West Coast National Park here. That's the Atlantic Ocean. Pretty cold. A bit windy here today, but apparently we should be able to see some zebras, some bird life and some antelopes, hopefully. So we'll give that a shot. We'll let you know if we do.
Well, we didn't see any zebra, but we did come across a herd of eland in the distance. The lagoon is still worth visiting, and the water looks really inviting, although it was a bit too cold for us to go for a swim. So we travelled a bit further to get to the other side of the peninsula, to the Atlantic Ocean. As expected, it was windy, rugged and raw, but still very beautiful. Back at African Overlanders, it was time to say goodbye to Duncan and Ellie.
Thanks, Duncan, for your help in getting my car from Australia to Cape Town.
We are very grateful for the help and warm welcome we received at African Overlanders, but it was time to move on. So we headed back to Cape Town to make a couple of additions to our Defender. We needed to mount some extra jerry cans for fuel and also wanted a shower tent. So we dropped Husky at Land Rover Guru in Cape Town while we stayed in an Airbnb at Blaubergstrand for a couple of nights.
So here we are today. We come to Land Guru to get some modifications done on Husky.
Before we knew it, Husky was ready to go, jerry cans and shower tent in place.
Oh, I'd like to say absolute thank you to Wayne from Landy Guru for doing all this beautiful work on our car.
Oh, and the gas bottle too. A quick look around the workshop and then we were on our way again.
Their car. And this great disco here as well. He's got a few, and then this one here, Disco 1.
There's a mini mark.
We randomly found a mini mark and topped up on some camping supplies.
Version of Bunnings.
But before leaving Cape Town, we had one more very important job to take care of.
I'm going to put some stickers on the car for Cape Town, South Africa, for these lovely people who we met abroad, Amanda and Leonard, and of course his young lad there, which Ethan. And yeah, so we're going to put after this will be our second country that we visited, and we go from there. Go for it.
Okay.
Don't muck it up.
No, just took you to take the right one off.
Straight, eh?
Okay. Oh gosh, do you want to do it?
No.
Good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Oh, sweet. That's it. Much appreciated. Oh, that's wonderful.
There we go.
Thank you very
Excellent.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. That's good. That's it. All good.
Leonard and Amanda were then kind enough to introduce us to our very first South African braai.
This is the end of our Airbnb, and finally we're going to hit the road the other side of Cape Town.
A quick stop at Checkers to stock up and then we made our way south. trip begins. Leaving Cape Town behind, we travelled through the pretty little coastal towns of Camps Bay, Fishhook and Simonstown.
Monkey sitting on the wall. You see a monkey sitting on the wall? So, did you see the monkey sitting on the wall?
Really?
It was a real monkey.
It was?
Yes, a real monkey scratching itself. Yes, it was.
Oh shit, no, I didn't see it.
Oh, you beat at him.
No. I beat the girl's arse.
We didn't spend too much time because we wanted to head to Betty's Bay to camp for the night. The drive from Cape of Good Hope to Betty's Bay took us through sand dunes, fringed some townships, and also gave us a beautiful coastal road to follow. not to stop to soak up the views.
And a baby.
Perfect.
Oh, look at it.
We learned a lot about baboons that day, and as you'll see later, they're definitely not as cute as first thought. After arriving in Betty's Bay, it was time for coffee and to enjoy the campsite. And then this guy jumped the fence and, yep, he stole the biscuit tin. And he's running off with the loot.
He's taking the food out of it though.
The next morning, we visit the Stony Point penguin colony at Betty's Bay. Unfortunately, African penguins are endangered, and Stony Point is one of only 2 mainland breeding sites. Besides the penguins, the scenery is also pretty awesome. There's a lot of work being done to maintain the population here with mixed success. Encroachment on habitat, loss of fish stocks and predators are all factors in the declining population. Checking under your car before leaving and driving carefully with penguins in mind is pretty important. The next morning we head for Cape Agulhas. It's the southernmost point of the African continent. And the baboons are still playing cheeky games on the road this time.
Why not? Oh, that's them.
safari snacks. Yum.
I put it in a little wrap one.
We pass through the towns of Elam and Guns Bay until we arrive at Struis Bay. And this is where we set up camp for the night.
So, what I'm cooking today is la chicken and le broccoli and cauliflower. And yeah, so see what it turns out like. Okay, and this is Oski la chicken and vegetable. Looks nice. Morning coffee.
Stay outside, Husky. A quick morning coffee, and then it's only a short drive to Cape Agulhas. There we take a look at the Southern Tip Monument, which is essentially a map of Africa. And this is also where the Indian and Atlantic Oceans meet. Cape Agulhas Lighthouse sits prominently on the cape, and at 171 years old is the second oldest still operating. Next, the road takes us to Neisner. Breakfast. When we stop for lunch, we find a park with good company. And then we arrive at our next campsite. It's pretty cool, right on the river, and we have it all to ourselves. The next morning we get some early fog, but we soon warm up over some coffee. The hot water for our shower is warmed up using firewood.
You call him a donkey. I don't know if the donkey is me or this.
We travel on towards Mosel Bay, and Mark finds an opportunity to adjust the handbrake, which had been giving us a bit of trouble. The next morning, we're rewarded with the sight of some dolphins feeding just offshore from our campsite. Another quick shop at Checkers. And then we're on our way to Neisner. Neisner is a picturesque coastal town along South Africa's Garden Route. It's renowned for its scenic beauty, although as the weather closed in, we didn't get to see too much of it. So we hunker down for a hot beverage inside and a quiet night, hoping for a better day in the morning.
What did you make in the jet boil, Mark?
I made noodles with some egg, but the egg decided to stick to the jet boil, so it wasn't that good.
It smells burnt.
The weather did clear in the morning, and with that, a chance to view Neisner Heads.
So Anya, where are we?
Neisner Heads viewpoint.
A bit windy today and chill about it.
The town of Neisner is nestled around its central lagoon, and the Neisner Heads are two striking sandstone cliffs that guard the entrance to the lagoon. After our stay in Neisner, we decided to just drive a short distance to the seaside town of Plettenberg Bay.
So we're on our way to Plettenberg Bay today. We just left Neisner this morning. We checked out Neisner viewpoint. That was really lovely. And now we're just really pleased that the weather's looking a bit brighter, and hopefully we'll get some nice views on our way.
We did stop at one of the many pad stalls or farm stalls along the way to check out the local produce.
So we've just been in to buy some biltong and some springbok sticks with chilli and without, and venison braai sausage. We'll see how it goes.
Absolutely beautiful. Really nice.
Because we had a little bit of time, we decided to check out Nature's Valley. And it turned out to be another gorgeous spot along the garden route.
So we've arrived at this caravan park, and it's still very windy and cold. Absolutely. Hopefully the wind will settle down.
The wind didn't stop, but the views made up for it.
So just having a night in tonight. It's a bit rainy outside, and we're just enjoying a glass of wine and a cup of tea while watching the news. Oh, and a bit of dairy milk.
And every storm eventually comes to an end, at least momentarily.
He's Anya now got a coat on. She said she's cold. She's got also a beanie on. Got to admit though, it is cold.
At this point, we feel like we've been cooped up in the car for a bit too long, so we visit Robberg Nature Reserve for a hike. Once again, we were rewarded with spectacular views. The seals down there don't seem to mind the weather at all. But nothing lasts forever, and the rain and the storm did return in spectacular fashion. Our time here at Plettenberg Bay was a little short as we decided to head further north for some better weather and explore the Barlianskloof.